Hey my loves, what's up? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you are new here, my name is Hashai. I do a lot of beauty and lifestyle content, so feel free to join. Today I feel like we're going back to basics, okay? We're going back to the essence because I have a makeup product to review. So today we're going to be trying out two new NYX products. So the first one I have is the Makeup Wonder Soft Matte Buildable Foundation. This is what she looks like. I actually love the packaging. And then I have the Wonder Snatch powder. I'm super excited to try this because when it comes to affordable makeup, I feel like powders is one area where you should just spend the money and get a really good powder. So I'm intrigued to see how this performs and if it's gonna, you know, hold up and do well. But foundation too, I'm intrigued. Let's go through the claims and then we'll start with the glam. So let's go through the foundation. This actually has 45 shades. The deep shades are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I did struggle. I ended up landing on 41 Warm Walnut, which I wasn't really enthusiastic about. Looking at it, I feel like it probably will work, but I feel like this might be a little bit more warm than I would want. 40 was giving me too much olive vibes and that just does not work. 42 was more neutral, but it just looked a little bit too deep, and then the middle would have been the shade Warm Walnut, which is kind of a warm undertone. So I'm just hoping for the best here. So let's have a quick look at the claims real quick. So the description says it's a soft matte buildable foundation. It covers everything but feels like nothing. 24-hour wear, skincare infused formula for instant hydration, even skin tone and all day comfortable wear. Looks like real skin, just smoother, more even and brighter, infused with guarana seed extract and hyaluronic acid. This formula goes hard, feels weightless, is fade and transfer resistant, sweat resistant, waterproof, and provides all day shine control. That is a lot of claims. And then the powder, I am very intrigued by. What shade did I get this in? I got this in the shade of Banana Brat. It says it's a designed to set, lift and brighten, making your base look flawless. Available in 4 translucent shades to set and 4 brightening shades to snatch it all. Infused with good for you ingredients like green tea and lifting peptides, this powder ensures a lightweight airbrush look that lasts up to 16 hours with no talc, no silica and no nasty. Definitely intrigued about that. So let's start off by prepping with this NYX face glue. I don't know, the bottle just, I don't know. You know, it doesn't put me off, but it just feels very weird to like put like a glue. Like, I don't know. But we are going to apply that to the skin. I've used this quite a few times and I do enjoy it. It's a pretty good primer. I'm not going to say like it's the best or it's amazing, but it does what it's supposed to do and keeps the makeup looking great and lasting long. And that's all you really want for a primer, you know? Just want the makeup to look good, last long and do its thing. I really hope I like the colour. I'm just going to use this e.l.f. buffing foundation brush. Okay, it is quite warm, but I feel like we can work with her. So far I'm not getting hydrating, I'm getting more like, I don't know, matte. Let's get up here. Okay, yeah, definitely warm. I think you guys can see like that is quite a warm shade, but let's see how it blends out. I feel like I was kind of preparing, like mentally preparing for that, but it's not super crazy. Like it's warm, but it's not like insane to where I can't work with it, but definitely gives a warm undertone. I don't feel any hydration. I would say there's a little bit of a radiance, but I don't think it's anything groundbreaking. But the coverage is really pretty and it's blending out beautifully, like very easily. It kind of smells like olive oil. Like, I don't know, it's reminding me of olive oil. I don't know if that's just so weird, but it does. I feel like I went kind of light with it, especially because it's warm. I didn't want to go overboard. Now that I've kind of blended it all out and I'm looking at it in the mirror, this looks really, really good. Like, it is a tingy bit warm, but it's not something I can't work with. It doesn't feel heavy, it's pretty light, and definitely covers. I definitely think this has a good coverage. For the eyes, I'm gonna do something super quick. I actually don't have any NYX eyeshadow, so I'm just gonna use the Button Up bronzer in the shade Butter Than You, which we'll probably use for bronzer later on. I'm just gonna throw that on my eyes, do like a monochromatic vibe, some lashes, and then I'll be back for concealer. I actually do have the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. It's literally brand new. I have not even opened it. I got this a while ago and just never used it because I don't know, I feel like it probably was on sale or something, and I just thought, let me try it out. And it's in the shade Mahogany. That's what she looks like. Okay, doesn't look too bad. Cream bronzer, I'm just going to use my Fenty Ebony bronzer just to bronze the skin a little bit. And I'm just going to blend this out with a damp sponge. Blend it out really nicely. I feel like I'm going to add a little bit more. I don't think the coverage is the strongest. Maybe I blended it too quickly, but I do want a little bit more coverage under there. I feel like this is a concealer that you don't want to dry down too quickly, because that looks so much more like what I want it to look like. I'm just going to add my regular brightening concealer because we're about to try the powder, and I want to see, literally I want to give it a fair assessment with like how I would usually do my concealer. Now let's get into this powder. This packaging is so interesting. It's like a cube. It's so interesting. And this is what we got. You can open and close it, and that's really good for travel if you're gonna travel with it, so it like stays shut. I don't want to see what the shade is like. She is kind of bright. I feel like she would look a little bit more deeper in shade. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch my hitter powders just to give you guys like a comparison. So this is my regular shade. This is the Kunafa powder Easy Bake, and then I also have Banana Bread. So for comparisons, this is the NYX Banana Brat, this is Huda's Easy Bake in Kunafa, and that's Huda's Easy Bake in Banana Bread. So I feel like it's kind of not right in the middle, but it's like a mixture of these two. Kunafa definitely has more depth, it's a little bit deeper, and it has a little bit more of like a warm like tan tone, and these ones are definitely more of a brighter base. The only thing about the packaging is it is quite small, but it's okay to get like a decent powder brush in there. And then start setting this in. I just zoomed you guys in a bit more so you guys can see. Definitely it's just melting into my skin. It's not really like, to me it's not showing much of a color payoff, it's just melting in. It's a very smooth powder. It feels very finely milled. It's not like a thick like powder, it's very smoothing. I definitely feel like it's like looks really good, like it definitely did what it said it was gonna do, but I don't feel Snatch. I don't know if I'm meant to feel that or not. For blush or powder bronzer, I actually do have the NYX Buttermilk collection. I have the bronzer in the shade Butter Than You and the blush in Back and Butter. Now I've already been using these blushes and bronzers before, and I generally just feel like the bronzer, like this deep bronzer, just comes off as a blush shade. They look completely different like in the pan, but this comes off super warm. I will do like mini swatches for you guys so you guys can just see. So that is the bronzer in Butter Than You, and then that is the blush in Back and Butter. So I'm going to go in with this bronzer, but whenever I wear this, it's like I can't really wear a blush with it because it kind of just gives a blush. So I'm just going to go in with like a fluffy brush, and I'm going to start applying it on this side. And I'm going to kind of apply it quite high up because as you can see, like I'm trying to apply it as a bronzer, but it just is better I just apply it higher up, kind of where I would put my blush. Maybe even just use a blush brush because literally this is not giving bronzer. So I'm going to switch to my angled blush brush and just apply it like a blush, because the other way is just not going to happen. Like there's no way that could be a bronzer on me. NYX, we need to do better with these bronzers because this is just not what it's marketed as, especially on deep skin tones. Like it's not happening. Going with a powder puff and just clean that up slightly. I'm also going to use the powder puff and just go in and see if that makes a difference with like the application of the powder. Okay, I feel like that actually makes a little bit more of a difference when I apply with the powder puff. I feel like that made more of a difference, like applying it with the powder puff. Yeah. I guess we're gonna have to continue playing with it since this is our first impressions, but I feel like that definitely made a little bit of a difference. I'm just gonna blend away this powder. I actually don't have a NYX setting spray. I'm just gonna use this Urban Decay All Nighter Vitamin C spray and get this skin looking a little bit more juicy. Okay, so now the skin has a little bit of radiance to it. Like, this is what I'm used to. This is like how I like it. So of course I'm gonna use the NYX Lip Lingerie lip stain, which literally so good, so good. I have the shade Wild Side. This is like a deep brown, but it's like more of a cool tone brown. It kind of can pull a little bit gray, but it's great stuff. So I'm just gonna line the lips. Do you know one thing I've been loving to do, which I don't know if it's a hack or what, but I've been loving going on top my lip stain with a regular lip liner to like really get the color or the precise line that I want. Because I think sometimes with lip stains, you gotta be really careful with your precision because it's literally gonna stain your lips. It just helps you like, shape my lips to exactly how I want it. And then for lip gloss, I just have these two options. These actually are discontinued. And NYX, we want them back. I bought so many of them, which is why I have so many left. We want these back, okay? These are the Milky glosses, and I have the shade Moody Peach and Cookies and Milk. I think I'm gonna start off with Moody Peach and then put Cookies and Milk on top. It's like a cool tone. But these are literally some of like the best drugstore glosses I tried. So nice and like hydrating and smooth. I'm going to use the NYX lip gloss in Lava Cake and just go over my lip line and make sure that brown stays visible. Doesn't that look so much more cohesive? Last thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do a little bit of mascara, not too much. I think I'll go in for brown because I don't want anything too harsh. So I'm just going to use my Lancome. That just added the perfect amount of like definition. If you have not tried brown mascara on your lower lash line, definitely try it. It's like really nice for days where you don't want a super dark like lower lash line. So that is the glam today. Kind of a full-ish face of NYX Cosmetics because I used like mostly NYX, but you know I had to substitute where, you know, I didn't have a NYX product. But I feel like she looks good. Like, came together really nicely. Of course, these two are the main characters today. So just to wrap up and give like my general first impressions now that I've actually used it and done a full face, I feel like the coverage is really good. I did not use much of this. I used like the tiniest amount. I did like 2 little lines on this side, 2 lines on this side, and it gave me a really nice coverage. Very smooth finish, like literally looking flawless. Like the skin looked beautiful and very smooth. It blended in really nicely, easily, didn't give any issues. It kind of just gives like a natural finish. I wouldn't go as far as to say like soft matte, but it's like borderline that. Like it just didn't give me like a hydrating kind of vibe, even though it kind of, well, the description did say it had hyaluronic acid and it said hydration. I just didn't get that. I wouldn't say it's drying, but it's not the most hydrating in my opinion. Of course, time will tell. It's my first impressions, but that's generally like what I got from it, and I think you guys can see that when I was blending on my skin. Shade range 45 shades, great. I'm loving that the girlies have more options. Yeah, that's my first impressions of the foundation. I think it's pretty good. I will continue to use it, and I think it's a really great option for a more affordable foundation for sure, and I'm glad to see it. Now for the powder, the Wonder Snatch, I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel the most snatch, but it looks great. So I don't know if it's just something in my head where I feel like I have to feel it, but it looks actually really, really nice. I feel like I really have to watch and see how this lasts, because I think when it comes to powders, that's like my main thing. Like I want it to last 4 hours and then I can give a proper like answer and review to where if I love it. It is very, very lightweight, like super light, like you barely feel anything going on the skin. Even when I doubled up with the powder puff, even when I went on top of that, it didn't look drying, it didn't cake up, it didn't actually change. Like the texture and how it looked still melted in. Like I didn't have any issues of, okay, that's too much powder, it's gonna look dry. And honestly, that is a really good thing, because I think with powder it's very easy to go overboard, but with this, like I never at any point felt like, okay, it's too much powder. Like I applied powder quite generously the first time, and then I went on top of a powder puff and went more directly in, and still didn't give me that. Still looks really amazing, so I have to give her 10. This is non-talc and non-silica, which is usually, I think, ingredients that most brands put in their powders. I can't say I see a big difference. That might be why I don't feel like it looks snatch. Maybe it's the talc that's missing that usually gives that effect. I don't know, but it looks really good. Like, I can't really give any complaints. I really want to see how it lasts. I do feel like using a powder puff definitely changed how I feel a little bit, because I think just with the brush it looked okay, but once I went in with the powder puff I was like, okay, this is how I kind of would want it to look. So I think application definitely matters with this, and you probably want to go in with something that can really press it in, because I think the powder, maybe it just didn't apply enough, or just needed a little bit more, like, not force but like pressure to really get it to like look good. But yeah, great powder. I'm glad to have another drugstore powder in my collection, because you guys know when it comes to powders I'm a bit of a snob. Like, I just feel like spend the money and get one that works well. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to see how that lasts, to be honest, and like how it goes, because yeah, it would be good to have that option in a more affordable market. I feel like powders are one of those things where it's like, if you ain't got good powder, it's just not gonna be a good makeup day. It just ain't, because they ain't gonna last. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts on those two new products. Of course, I will list everything down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.